Hello. My name is King Her. This is season 2, episode 3 of LiveWell, SleepWell. 15 to 20-minute podcast if you're here on YouTube or Spotify. 10 minutes if you're here on social. Post every day when I can. The idea is to post consistently every day. Anyways, today I feel like talking about relationships and friendships, and etc. Things, and either involving friendships, either involving relationships, maybe how to distinguish the two, maybe just like relationships or anyways. Just talking a little bit about because I'm going to be doing a piece, dancing piece, singing and dancing piece, and I've been listening to, or I want to do it for the song called "Way Back Home" by Sean. So I want to do that song, and since I've been listening to it a lot, so that I can figure out choreography, and also so I can know the lyrics better, it's been getting me thinking about relationships, friendships, or just because the song is about relationships, but it can also be if you have a friendship that's really close, or it just got me thinking about like, hey, like relationships, friendships, and how my personal spirit can fall in with that, and how do you navigate that world? Because there's so many stances, there's so many approaches, there's so many scenarios. There's no real one answer fits all. So, relationship and friendships, what's the difference? Kind of a thing. Where friendships is could be friends, and it doesn't have to be more than that. Relationship, when it's something to do with relationship, that's a little bit. It's think of it like it's more than friendship. Relationship is like, um, and everything you do like friendship, but more in terms of like maybe you hang out more, you are more closely related to each other in terms of like more closely involved with each other, and like seeing how their day is, seeing how your day is, being more interactive with each other, talking, going out, and basically anything that you do with friendship, but the next step, like the not the next step, but the extra step, the more things that are more maybe intimate, or being able to share a lot more of your emotions. Those are things that kind of involve more relationships, depending on what kind of relationship you want to, or what kind of relationship you're kind of going for. It could be, if I'm talking more towards like a romantic relationship, unless you mean something like a business relationship, then the difference between a business relationship and a friendship is more like it's more professional, and it's more so for work, not necessarily that um you know it's an actual like friendship thing. But I'll be for the simplicity of it, I'll be focusing on a loving relationship, so a romantic relationship and a friendship, instead of like a business relationship. Just makes it easier. So what's the difference? Yeah, it's literally just a romantic relationship is basically where it's a lot more intimate, a lot more personal, and a lot more, you can say, deeply, or a deeper connection. Not that friendships, or depending on like the level of relationship you're trying to go for too. But yeah, how do you navigate that world? Well, it's kind of hard to say, because even for me, it's just like you're still learning as you go, and like there's no one answer fits all, and everybody's different, every scenario is different. And what you quickly learn is that a relationship isn't a one person thing. Like it takes two people to make a relationship happen. Like you have to like them, they have to like you, kind of a thing, where it doesn't really happen if it's only you liking the person and them not responding. It's like a relationship doesn't happen unless you both are making it happen. So that, with that being said, how do you navigate that world? Well, you try to be the best person that you can be, and you attract people that are hopefully uh, someone that will fit your life, and also that can help you as well. So you have them to help you. So it's hard to do it by yourself, because the relationship is two people, but also for you, what I'm just trying to say is that you have to be the best you, and hopefully the best person for you will come your way. Who that person is, how do you figure that out? It's kind of difficult to say. Like I said, it's no one answer fits all, where you just know right away. It's kind of like you kind of figure things out, and also they figure out things too. You never know. So maybe they might like you, and they might end up figuring out they don't like you anymore. Those happen. It's normal, and it's like it's kind of just whatever. Just a lot of fish in the sea, and you're just kind of like, well, it can't be helped. It can't be ours. It can't be ours. So it's like you just gotta leave it as it is. Kind of a thing where if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If it works out, it works out. but you slowly figure things out. It's kind of hard. Like the difficult thing is, of course, maybe uh, you might be too emotionally involved in it, or maybe you're not emotionally involved in it enough. It's just kind of like you take your steps and get a feel for things, and you just kind of like go slow if you can, because rushing things, you'll tend to make more mistakes. Do you learn faster? I don't know, but is it a better? Which one is better? I can't really say for sure. Just whichever one you want to, I guess, roll with. There's plus and minus for both, but I would say that a healthy balance will be good. Like all things, of course. My personal experience with it is that I, it's like there's been a lot of times where there's been friendships, there's been something close to a relationship, but for the most part, my personal experience, it hasn't been that much. It's like, of course, I've been here and there, and I've talked, and we've had time to get to know each other and things of that sort, but it's like, you take it one step at a time. I wasn't really rushing, but it wasn't like I wasn't trying either. So it's like, as you slowly tread the waters, and as you slowly figure out who the person is and who you are, things change, or maybe you just found out that you might like them, but only as a friend, or you might like them, but it doesn't really work out that way, or maybe your life and their lifestyles are different, or maybe you're both trying to go into different directions, or you're both trying to make something happen, but it's kind of like pulling you two apart. It could be a lot of things, and what I've kind of just learned is that it's kind of hard to just blame one side or the other side. It's kind of just like, well, that's just kind of how it is. You can't say, oh, because you don't spend enough time with me, or oh, because I'm not spending enough time with you, or trying saying this is because one side, oh no, it's because that side. It's more so, well, it just doesn't match up. It's because of both of us, kind of a thing where nobody's really at fault, and it just doesn't work out at the end of the day, and kind of a thing where, of course, you can always say there's someone at fault, but it's basically what I'm trying to say is that what you slowly figure out is that in those situations where either it's a friendship or it's a romantic relationship that's kind of going to friendship, or that kind of branches from friendship, it's you kind of figure out that it's hard to blame the other person, especially when they're still friends as well, and also that it's not exactly all true. Like, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It's not like it was in. It's not like nobody's to blame, kind of a thing. It just doesn't work out. It's not like, oh, because it doesn't work out, I'm gonna hate you forever in my whole life. It doesn't really work like that. Because what you figure out is that it just didn't work out. Maybe in another world, maybe in another time, maybe in the future. It may work out in the future. It might just not work out right now. Whatever the case is, it's not gonna happen, and you just kind of just have to accept that, move forward in your life, and tread water. Like, just tread lightly and understand that it's not all about you, and it's not all about the other person as well. Like the world doesn't revolve around you. The world doesn't revolve around that person. This relationship, kind of just, it is what it is, kind of a thing. Time goes on, time moves on, and time doesn't wait for nobody. And as you slowly figure out the world, it hurts, and you might feel sad, or you might feel angry, or whatever the case. But you kind of move forward, and find more things in life, because there's always more to life than just what's in front of you. And you slowly tread water, and you figure it out. Hopefully that kind of helps out. Of course, you always try to find balance between your personal life and your relationships, and business and things like that. So there's always a lot of balance to do. Of course, relationships and romantic relationships and friendships and all that good stuff, it's a part of life, but also there's another part of life too. Like, you matter as much as like the relationship matters, and as much as the family matters, and your business and everything. There's balance in everything. And what is the ideal relationship? You might ask yourself. I would say, personally, from my experience, and also from what I would say will be my ideal, like, kind of relationship, would be like, of course, you both have your goals, and you both support each other, and you both are faithful to each other, and you both are loving and trusting of each other, but you both are also capable of being independent and capable of following your own dreams. Um, I would say that the ideal relationship would be that you both are doing what you like to do, but also be able to come back together and know that you both of you have something special, and that nobody else will have that, and that you will not want to share that with anybody else. And but also to know that you both are independent, you both are strong, and you both are able to get what you want to get done. I guess that would be the ideal relationship. Of course, it's not like I have a lot of experience in it, so it's not like I don't know everything there is to be known. But of course, and then that's the ideal relationship, and the ideals for a relationship, or the theory, or the next step in a relationship is to be married, or is to have families, is to have kids, and is to grow old and pass away together, kind of a thing. Where the idea for the relationship is that you monogamy, of course, and to fall in love, have kids, and to be together and happily ever after, kind of a thing. That's the idea. But of course, things never really pan out. But of course, you kind of always just want to work on it. You always want to, give it your best shot and not give up so easily, kind of a thing. But like I said, that's just my perspective. Everybody's scenario situation is different. And like I said, I'm still just figuring out myself too. It's not like I've learned it all, and that what I say is right, and that there's nothing else that's correct out there. I'm still learning as well, and just like everybody else is learning, and everybody else's experience is different. Also, everybody that you meet is different too. Yeah. So in terms of relationship, friendship, it takes time, and it's not something that. It can be something that happens right away, but just because it happens right away doesn't mean that it will last forever. And even if you do, like, the thing is, if you value someone, then you value them, and you just never know when maybe something that dynamic might change, or you just never know when that person, you guys might break up, or they might disappear, or you just never know what will happen. So if you truly cherish someone, then you should cherish them, and remember to make sure that they could be gone the next day, whether that's because they're no longer with us, or that's because you guys are no longer together. Whatever the case is, if you treasure someone, that you need to remember that they're special, and that you don't want them to. You want to remind them, kind of a thing. Well, depending on the person too, because maybe it's a little bit too much to keep reminding the person that you like them. But it depends too, of course, like all things. And like I said, a relationship is not just solely on you as a person. It's also on the other person as well. Like, relationship does not happen unless you both agreed on it, and if you both connect on it. If you guys both don't connect on it, then it doesn't really happen. There's a lot of things too I can go about relationship, because there's so many avenues, there's so many things to look at. But overall, it's you gotta tread waters, and you gotta be careful on it, and don't want to make a mistake that you'll regret. Hopefully you make every decision that you have full faith in and you believe wholeheartedly, and that you won't look back on and be like, man, I wish I didn't do that, or I wish that didn't happen, or I would say that. The best thing is just to remember that. Really, that's the most important thing, is to remember that you want to make the best decision you can, and you want to make the decisions that you can look back on and be okay with, and you want to make decisions that you can live with. Because the worst thing is to make a decision and think back on it, and you're like, man, I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish I didn't do that, kind of a thing. But that's just my opinion. Maybe your opinion is different. I always believe in that. When I make decisions or make choices, whether that's with friendships or relationships or romantic relationships or anything concerning my decisions making, it's something that I can believe in. It's something that I can live with, and it's a decision that I truly believe in. I find it difficult to make decisions that I don't believe in, but so I try to do my best to make decisions that I do believe in wholeheartedly. At least if I figure out that there was not a decision that I believed in wholeheartedly, then I will know for future reference. But for the most part, I make decisions that I believe in. That I believe that's the best route for me, and it's something that I won't look back on with regret, and it's something that I won't look back on and say I wish I'd made a different decision. Even if I had those small parts when I wish I did things a little differently. What's important is that I didn't make those big mistakes or those big decisions that made me regret. I might have small decisions like, oh man, I wish I said goodbye, or I wish I shake their hand, or I wish I hugged them, or I wish I said thank you, or I wish I said I wish I'd done this. Those are just the small stuff. I don't want the big stuff where it's like, man, I wish I've chose a different path in my life, or I wish I met someone different, or I wish I met that person. There's a lot of different aspects you can look towards, but that's just kind of me ranting on a little bit. But yeah, overall today was just talking a little bit about relationship, a little about friendships. Although today was more about romantic relationships than friendships, if anything. But I brought up friendship because friendship does kind of lead into romantic relationships, or friendship does relate to different types of relationships, like business relationship, romantic relationships, or just friendships. Whatever the case is, friendship can lead to those different avenues. I'm not saying that those avenues, romantic relationship, or business relationship, branches solely from friendship. They can come from their own sources, but friendship usually does lead to those different avenues. But yeah, today I was just talking about relationships and friendship because it was on my mind. Because like I said, I'm going to do a sing and dance of Sean's Way Back Home, and as I'm listening to the song a lot often, it got me thinking about friendships, relationships, and also just be able to talk about it too and explain it a little bit too. It's always a topic that's on my mind, or that I like to ponder on, because I find that it's important for me, because of course we all want to be in a relationship, we all want to be in a friendship, where we all want that connection with people, or we all want that bond. So it's like trying to figure it out and make the best choice that's right for me is that I need to have all the information in front of me and to figure things out for myself. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do that cover soon and come up with that song, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy this kind of talk too. And like I said, no one answer fits all, and this is just my kind of personal take or my kind of perspective on it, and hopefully that'll help you gain more perspective, because I believe that what's important is just to gain perspective, and so that you can make the best choice for you. Because like I said, my scenario, my questions, and my answers, and what fits for me won't necessarily fit for you. So you figure it out for yourself, and hopefully with my perspective given to you, you can take that perspective and apply it to however you like, and figure things out for yourself. Because at the end of the day, everybody's different, and every scenario is different. And again, thank you for listening. This has been season 2 of episode 3, Live Well, Sleep Well. Today we talked about relationships and friendship. And my name is King Her. It's nice to meet you. Hopefully you have a great day. Alright, thank you. See you later.